पीछे से थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड नॉइज़ रहेगा, वो मेरे घर के पास से ट्रेन ट्रैक होके जाती है, तो बीच-बीच में ट्रेन आती रहेगी।
ओके
तो
ओके, नो नो इशू, हम वो देख
हाँ,
लेंगे।
और वो दूसरा चीज़ ये है सर, मेरी तबीयत थोड़ा सही नहीं चल रहा, वो ठीक हो नहीं रहा है, तो खाँसी होती है बीच-बीच में मुझे।
ठीक है, गो अहेड।
एंड थर्ड इश्यू सर,
हाँ
एंड थर्ड इश्यू सर सॉरी, मैं फ़ोन से प्रेज़ेंट करूँगी, तो मैं प्रेज़ेंट करने के टाइम पे मैं मेरी फेस नहीं दिखेगी।
ओके,
थैंक यू सर,
ठीक है
बस यही सीन था।
ठीक है। लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ हुसनप्रीत।
यस सर।
हुसनप्रीत, गो अहेड।
जी सर।
एक मिनट, मेरे को जस्ट कंफर्म विथ ऋषभ जी। ऋषभ जी, एक मिनट हुसनप्रीत, जस्ट गिव मी अ मिनट।
जी सर।
हुसनप्रीत चक दे पटे। ऑल द
जी
बेस्ट।
सर,
सर
थैंक यू सर।
अच्छा दिख रहा है सर हुसनप्रीत।
मस्त लग रहा था।
हाँ सर।
शुरू करूं सर?
एक मिनट हुसनप्रीत जी, बस जस्ट गिव मी अ मिनट। एक बार मैं टेक्निकल टीम से और ऋषभ जी से कंफर्म कर लूं क्या वो रेडी है कि नहीं।
अनिकेत एक बार सबको हाँ कैमरे पे बुला के ना सबकी एक कॉमन फोटो ले लेना।
ओके सर, ओके।
सर आप भी आइए ना बीच में।
मैं थोड़ा सा बाहर खड़ा हूँ, मैं अभी घर पहुंच।
एक सेकेंड, जस्ट अ मिनट। गो अहेड हुसनप्रीत, लेट्स स्टार्ट।
जी सर। सर होगी सर स्क्रीन शेयर।
हाँ करो, यस।
सर दिख रही है सर स्क्रीन?
हाँ दिख रही है। रिक्वेस्टिंग एवरीवन, जितने लोग कॉल पे हैं, एक पेपर और पेन ले लें, और जितने लोग प्रेजेंट करेंगे वन बाय वन उनके पॉजिटिव पॉइंट्स और एक साइड नेगेटिव पॉइंट्स, क्या इंप्रूव करना चाहिए और क्या बेटर है, ये मेंशन करके आपको ग्रुप में फॉरवर्ड करना होगा, तो वो मेंशन जरूर कीजिएगा। गो अहेड हुसनप्रीत।
सर मैं भी दिख रहा हूँ सर।
नहीं, आप नहीं दिख रहे हुसनप्रीत।
सर फिर कैसे पता लगेगा कि मैं बोल रहा हूँ?
यही तो इश्यू है हुसनप्रीत, प्रेजेंट करोगे तो दिखेगा नहीं कैमरा।
ओके सर, कोई बात नहीं सर, फिर मैं ऐसे ही बोलता हूँ।
तो अगर कोई और डिवाइस है तो कनेक्ट कर लो, एक और डिवाइस है तुम्हारे पास।
नहीं नहीं सर, और नहीं है।
गो अहेड, फिर देखते हैं इसी तरह एक बार प्रेजेंट करके उसके बाद फिर वो उससे करा देंगे।
ओके सर, कोई बात नहीं। सो shall I start sir?
हाँ।
Okay. Good afternoon everyone. My name is Husnapreet Singh. Today I am presenting a topic from public administration. I am introducing here introduction, meaning, scope and significance. So first of all, introduction. The term public administration was first used by Woodrow Wilson in 1887. This is first time when Woodrow Wilson gave his essay on the study of administration, and that time before this it is also emerged, but it is eclipsed in the political science subject. So Woodrow Wilson, the term public administration was first used by Woodrow Wilson in 1887. Then Wilson is regarded as the father of public administration because they are the first. Sorry, he is the first who describes the idea of a separate discipline called public administration. So, what is public? It serves as a backbone of government function. Public administration is it serves as a backbone of government function. Now, relation with political science. Public administration evolved from political science. Means that time in ancient times, in medieval times, the public administration is in the eclipsed form of public administration. Political science. Sorry, I am again sorry. Then next is political science. That time, if there is 25% is public administration, 75% is political science. Now the agenda is now an independent discipline focusing on policy making. Public administration is nature of public administration. So basically, we know that it has not a separate identity because, but before Woodrow Wilson's theorem, before Woodrow Wilson's essay, there is not a separate discipline of public administration, but after this, it will emerge like a multidisciplinary nature. Why multidisciplinary nature? Because borrowing is the idea from sociology, law, management, economics, political science, etc. Means integrates theory with practical governance. Means emphasizes. That means public administration emphasizes collective organized and people-oriented activity. Now, origin of the state and theories. Based on Greek philosophy and logical reasoning, social contract theory explains relation between ruler and ruled. Next is Indian philosopher means Mat Satya Nyaya law of fish led to the concept of dharma and moral governance. In first Greek philosophy, like Aristotle, they give the theory of thesis and antithesis, who describes the idea of a state, and it may be the first concept that talks about state. Now, another one is social contract theory, where society is divided into two terms, like one is ruling and one second is ruled. One who ruling class enjoy all the resources, all the authorities. On the another side, you ruled on the another side, ruled class enjoy the only rights, like right to live, right to breathe. Now, in Indian administration, simply we can say there is Matsyatenaya, there is Dharma Shastra, there is Manu Smriti. Means there is also a dominance of one particular person, or that is called as king. So next is meaning and etymology. So what is the meaning of public administration? Public means people, government or state. Administration from Latin word ad plus ministerial, meaning to serve or manage. Next is Sanskrit equivalent, means karyalaya or prashashan. Kautilya gives it karyalaya or prashashan. Then together it means managing public affairs for the welfare of people. So now let's move to the administrative thinkers who gave their views on the public administration. Now, first thinker is Herbert Simon. He gave the decision making is the heart of. He says decision making is the heart of administration. Next is John Wake. Next scholar who gave the idea administration is determined action to achieve purpose. Next is Ian Gladden. He asked administration is equal to caring for and managing people's affairs. He also says he says that administration is a slightly long and pompous word, but it has very humble meaning. That means to look after and to take care of the people or the welfare of the people. Then now Indian scholar Sharma and Sadhana, they ask public administration as administration synonymous with cabinet function. So next we move the next managerial or integral. Basically, it is in considered in the scope of the public administration, meaning managerial view. Managerial means activities by top management only. There is no work for staff. Administrative work done by only managers, not by staff. Next is integral view, means activities by all level, top, middle, or and lower level, done by all the staff as well as manager. So simply means both focus on efficiency, functioning, and government achieving purpose. So this is in the both side, in government side and in private side. In private side, we generally see or we maximally see integral view, but on the other hand, private sector include managerial view, means they only talk about profit motive and they only about welfare. No, sorry, they only talk about the position of an organization. So next is scope of public administration, encompasses all activities of government, like according to Luther Gulick, he is also scholar. He gave an acronym of postcop, means planning, organizing, staffing and directing, coordinating and reporting and budgeting. So means next is public administration perspectives. Now another scholars are there who gave the different opinion on public administration, on its scope behalf, on its significance behalf. Like first one is Flix Negro. He asked cooperative group effort covering all branches of government. And also he asked that public administration is different from private administration. Now next scholar is Dwight Waldo. He is asking art and science of management. Leonard D. White, implementation of public policy. He called public administration as the implementation of public policy. Next is Woodrow Wilson. He says detailed and systematic execution of law. Next is public administration in India. So basically, we know rooted in the British colonial legacy. Next one is functions across national, state, and local levels. Public administration has functions across national, state, and local level. Next is scholars like Ranki Basu. This is also an Indian scholar who defined it as management of all the three levels: local, state, and national level. So next is significance of public administration. Now, as we know that significance is warm to Tom, so vital for governance, law and order, and socio-economic development. Next is ensure delivery of welfare services, means education, health, infrastructure. Next is facilitates policy implementation and citizen welfare. This is the significance of public administration. Now scholars on significance, they are like grad. Sorry, I am feeling little bit that Girard Caden. Next is Girard Caden. He says preserves politics and maintenance law and order. Next scholar is Paul H. Appleby. No government can exist without public administration. Next scholar is Wallace Donham. Civilization's success depend on public administration. Next again, Felix Negro. He says basis of government services. Next scholar is Dwight Waldo. Integral to culture and civilization. So public administration today present in all types of government, domestic, socialistic, etc. Next is involved in national and international policy making. Public administration now involved in national and international policy making. Next point is plays a role in disaster management, crisis handling, and environmental governance. Now let's we conclude it. Today's topic: public administration is the machinery of governance. It is very true. Manages every aspect of public life. Manages every aspect of public life, from birth to death, means warm to tomb. Essential for development, democracy, and social welfare. Thank you. हेलो
हरचंद्रप्रीत, प्रेजेंट प्रेजेंट करना बंद करो और स्क्रीन पे आके अपना इंट्रो दो।
जी सर देता हूँ Stop sharing, yes. सर मैं बोले?
हाँ, फोन को थोड़ा दूर रखो ताकि तुम्हारा अटायर आ पाए, और कंप्लीट ऐसे, और अपना इंट्रो दो एक बार कंप्लीट विद कॉन्फिडेंस, सोचना नहीं है कुछ।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी। माय नेम इज हुस्नप्रीत सिंह, आई एम
मैं कह रहा हूँ फोन
फ्रॉम।
को थोड़ा दूर रखो, अपना अटायर आ पाए।
अब ठीक है सर?
दैट्स गुड।
ओके सर। सर
गो
माय
अहेड।
नेम इज हुस्नप्रीत सिंह, आई एम फ्रॉम पंजाब, विलेज माइसरखाना, डिस्ट्रिक्ट बठिंडा। I am preparing for civil services examination from Ravi Pathak Academy. और क्या बताना है सर?
अपना एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन बताओ भाई, एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन
ओके
इंट्रो में क्या क्या
ओके।
डैफ भेजा था ना, डैफ में क्या क्या मांगा गया था?
जी जी सर, बताता हूँ सर। और आई एम डन माई 10th क्लास फ्रॉम माई विलेज सरकारी सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्कूल फ्रॉम वाइसरखाना, एंड आई एम डन माई +1 and +2 class from meritorious school Bathinda, and next I am pursuing, नहीं sorry, I am, सर मुझसे ना ये बोला नहीं आती सर, इंट्रोडक्शन नहीं बोली जाती अपनी।
कोई नहीं, गो अहेड, गुड।
जी
ठीक है,
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सनप्रीत। चलिए नेक्स्ट उमर जी।
Yes,
Go
I
ahead.
think Himmat turn.
ना टर्न, आई एम नॉट गोइंग बाय टर्न वर्ड, जैसे आप जैसे जैसे ज्वाइन हुए वैसे वैसे मैं जा रहा हूँ। अगर आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो आई विल गो विथ हेमंत, सीरियल वाइज वो तो लिख के भेज दिया प्रथम ने। अगर आपको प्रॉब्लम है तो मैं जा सकता हूँ कोई, बट मेरे को आप डिस्प्ले पे पहले दिखे, दैट्स व्हाई आई सेड टू यू।
चलो, लेकिन आई थिंक द कनेक्टिविटी विल बी गुड ना। अगर मीनिंग से स्टार्ट हुआ, हिम्मत विल टॉक अबाउट बूड्रो, देन आई विल टॉक अबाउट एवोल्यूशन,
ओके
देन
ओके, गो
सीरीज
हेमंत,
विल बी गुड।
हेमंत गो अहेड। पहले अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस कराओ, उसके बाद प्रेजेंट करना।
I am audible. Hello.
यस यस, यू आर ऑडिबल।
Just a second. Hello
अच्छा,
everyone.
यू आर हैविंग
Myself.
टू डिवाइसेस, यू हैव जॉइंड विद टू डिवाइसेस,
Yeah. For
मतलब कैमरा
sharing
भी काम
my.
कर सकता है
Yes,
तो
yes,
ठीक है,
yes.
ठीक है।
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Hemant Tyagi, and today I am going to tell you about the best topic of the public administration. That who is the father of the public administration, and we will talk going to learn about the Woodrow Wilson's vision. That is going to be very important for the public administration perspective. Perspective. Sorry. So let's share the screen, and if you have any doubt, then you can ask me in between also. And if you guys can you please open your cameras, then I will also feel little bit comfortable
यस,
when
व्हाई नॉट
we are
एवरीवन हैड ओपन देयर
delivering
कैमरास यार,
the.
आखिर
Yes,
प्रेजेंट
yes.
करना तो सबको है, कैमरा बंद करके क्यों बैठे हो?
Yeah.
प्लीज,
That's why.
आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग एवरीवन, आप कैमरा ऑन कीजिए। नेहा जी एंड मानसी, यू आल्सो प्लीज गो अहेड।
Let's begin. So, Asha, that I have one doubt. That Ankit sir,
प्लीज प्लीज हेमंत।
uh, can I go bilingual? That will make my delivery
हाँ
of the
गो अहेड,
lecture more effective.
हाँ
Okay,
ओके ओके
thank you
हेमंत,
so
गो
much.
अहेड।
तो आज अपन पढ़ने वाले हैं वुड्रो विल्सन के विजन्स के बारे में, जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है उनका, क्योंकि जो पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है वो फादर ही हैं उसके। और अगर आपने पूरा पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पढ़ लिया और उनके बारे में नहीं जाना, दैट विल गोइंग टू बी हार्म यू इन लॉन्ग टर्म। सो लेट्स बिगिन विद द वुड्रो विल्सन विजन। तो थोड़ा सा इनके लाइफ के बारे में जान लेते हैं। तो ये इनकी मैंने थोड़ी सी फोटो लगा रखी है, जो कि दिख ही रहा होगा। ये है हमारे किंग ऑफ पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, वी कैन से इन लाइट वे ऑल्सो। दैट मतलब इन्होंने ही पहली बार ड्राइव किया था, डिसिप्लिन को लेके आए थे, इसलिए इनको फादर कहते हैं। तो सबसे पहले तो इनका कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट क्यों कहते हैं इनको फादर, क्योंकि इनसे पहले भी बहुत सारे लोग थे, जैसे कौटिल्य हो गए, वो भी थे, और बहुत सारे साउथ, मतलब वर्ल्ड में अगर वेस्ट की साइड अगर देखा जाए तो देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल लाइक सोक्रेटिस थे, प्लूटो थे, जो बहुत सारे, मैकेवेली थे, बहुत सारे थे, बट इनको ही क्यों कहा जाता है उसके पीछे भी एक रीजन है। वो रीजन क्या है कि इन्होंने ना सबसे पहले इनने एक ऐसे लिखा था इन 1887 में इन्होंने एक ऐसे लिखा था जिसकी वजह से इनको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस मिल गई थी, और उसी तो मतलब इनकी राइटिंग्स की वजह से भी ये जाके प्रेसिडेंट बने थे यूएसए के एट द लेटर लाइफ ऑफ हिज लेटर फेस ऑफ हिज लाइफ में। ठीक है, तो 1887 में इन्होंने एक ऐसे लिखा था, उसका नाम था द स्टडी ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। तो द स्टडी ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जो इनका ये था ना, ऐसे बहुत पॉपुलर हुआ उस टाइम पर, पॉलिटिकल साइंस ही चल रहा था, तो उस टाइम पे ये बहुत ही ज्यादा पॉपुलर हुआ था। अकाउंट जो पॉलिटिकल साइंस के जो थिंकर्स थे ना, उनके बीच में ये बहुत पॉपुलर हुआ था उस टाइम पे, लोग इस पे पढ़ रहे थे, इस पे डिबेट कर रहे थे, तो ये उस टाइम पे बहुत ड्रास्टिक चेंज लेके आया था। अब पढ़ते हैं उनके विजन्स के बारे में। तो उनका विजन अगर देखा जाए लार्जली 3 चीजों में डिवाइड है, कुछ नहीं है। जैसे कि पहला विजन की अगर बात करें तो फर्स्ट इज पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डाइकोटोमी, सेकंड इज साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, third is going to be comparative public administration. These 3 things we are going to cover in today's video, or you can say today's presentation. I am going to present these topics. ठीक है, कोई भी दिक्कत आए पूछ लेना, कल सर से पूछ लेना, मुझसे मत पूछना। तो लेट्स बिगिन।
डाउट्स तो हेमंत क्लास ले रहे हो तो क्लियर आपको ही करना है अभी।
जस्ट
सर तो
जोक
कल
अ
बताएंगे।
इट्स अ जोक,
ओके
सॉरी
ओके ओके।
सॉरी सॉरी, आप पूछ लेना। देखो अंकित सर भड़क गए हैं, तो इसलिए गाइस यू कैन आस्क योर डाउट्स, डोंट वरी, डोंट टेक इट सीरियसली ब्रो। नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डाइकोटमी। तो पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डाइकोटमी में सिंपल सिंपल क्या चीजें थी वो जान लेते हैं। पहला तो इन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, बहुत हो गया, बहुत टाइम से देख रहे हैं कि पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को आप इम्पोर्टेंस दे ही नहीं रहे हो बिल्कुल भी। इतने टाइम से देख रहे हैं, 2200 साल से देख रहे हैं कि भाई पॉलिटिकल साइंस के पीछे ही है, डॉटर ऑफ द पॉलिटिकल साइंस कहते हैं इसको। तो जो पॉलिटिकल साइंस है उसके पीछे ही रखा जा रहा है, इक्लिप्स बिहाइंड द पॉलिटिकल साइंस। हमें इम्पोर्टेंस देते ही नहीं हो, सारा काम करता है कौन करता है, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन सारा, मेन तो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ही है ना। सब इम्प्लीमेंटेशन वो करे पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, बट उसे कुछ रिवॉर्ड वगैरह कुछ नहीं मिलता, इंपॉर्टेंस भी नहीं मिलती, कुछ भी नहीं। तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं, अब बहुत हो गया, अब हम जो है पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को एक सेपरेट डिसिप्लिन की तरह ट्रीट करेंगे। ठीक है, इन्होंने इस टाइम से सेपरेट डिसिप्लिन की तरह ट्रीट करना चालू कर दिया था। और इतना टाइम क्यों लग गया इसको आने में, उसके पीछे एक और रीजन है। क्या है रीजन? अगर पहले देखा जाए तो हमारी जो पॉपुलेशन थी ना, वो इतनी ज्यादा नहीं थी जितनी अभी। अभी तो इंडिया टॉप पे चल रहा है, बट दैट टाइम वी आर हैविंग लेस पॉपुलेशन। और जो रिसोर्सेज थे ना, वो तो अबंडेंट, बट खाओ पियो मौज करो, इतने इतने सारे रिसोर्सेज थे उस टाइम पे। तो बट जो अभी की कंडीशन, जैसे उस टाइम पे कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज भी नहीं थी। देखो रिसोर्सेज भी बहुत थे, बहुत ज्यादा रिसोर्सेज थे, पॉपुलेशन भी कम थी, और डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर जो कहते हैं, डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क भी इतना ज्यादा नहीं था, बहुत कम था। बट अगर मॉडर्न टाइम की, आज की अगर हम बात कर लें, आज तो भाई ग्लोबलाइजेशन चल रहा है भाई, बहुत ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज आ गई हैं, बहुत ज्यादा। तो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी की वजह से डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गया है। ठीक है, डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क हो चुका है। और एक और चीज, अगर डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क हुआ है ना, तो उसकी वजह से जो फंक्शंस ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट इंक्रीज हुए। इसीलिए भाई हमारा जो ये हीरो है ना पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, इसलिए इसको इम्पोर्टेंस आज के टाइम पे ज्यादा मिलने लग गई। ठीक है, इसीलिए। अब बट क्यों क्यों चाहते थे ये करना? ये इसलिए चाहते थे, इनका एक ही था वो जो विजन सर का, कि भाई एक तो गवर्नमेंट क्या काम कर रही हो वो सब देख सके, कि सही से काम कर सके अपना जो भी है। सेकंड चीज जो मतलब कहते हैं कि भाई जो तुम रिसोर्सेज का यूटिलाइजेशन कर रहे हो ना, वो बढ़िया तरीके से करो, अच्छे से करो रिसोर्सेज यूटिलाइजेशन, जिससे कि कम वेस्टेज हो और ज्यादा प्रोडक्टिविटी मिले। तीसरा चीज ज्यादातर फोकस कर रहे थे ट्रिपल ई मतलब इफेक्टिवनेस, इकोनॉमी एंड एफिशिएंसी पे ज्यादा फोकस था, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के इन पे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड को लेके चल रहे थे। क्लासिकल थिंकर थे, एज यू गाइस आल्सो नो एंड आई आल्सो टोल्ड यू दैट ही बिलोंग टू द क्लासिकल थिंकर। तो ज्यादातर फोकस इनका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पे था, तो इसलिए ना ये इस पे बहुत ज्यादा फोकस कर रहे थे कि भाई हमें इफेक्टिवनेस, एफिशिएंसी एंड इकोनॉमी पे बहुत ज्यादा ध्यान दे रहे थे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। अब सॉरी भाई, अब वो कहते हैं कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है क्या। तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कहते हैं ना मोस्ट विजिबल साइड जो है ना गवर्नमेंट की, ज्यादातर जो है हम देखते हैं जो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन वगैरह हो रहा है वो है। और कहते हैं मोस्ट विजिबल साइड तो है ही, उसके साथ साथ गवर्नमेंट इन एक्शन, जो गवर्नमेंट इन एक्शन जो एक्शन कर रही है ना इम्प्लीमेंटेशन वगैरह, वही है एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, ये उन्होंने कहा। और कहते हैं ये एक डिटेल्ड एंड सिस्टमेटिक एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ लॉ। मतलब मेजरली जो काम है ना इम्प्लीमेंटेशन से रिलेटेड ही था। सॉरी ऑल ऑफ यू, बट मैं ना इस पर थोड़ा हैबिचुअल नहीं हूँ डिस्प्ले पे लिखने के, तो थोड़ा सा बड़ा बड़ा दिख रहा होगा डिस्प्ले पे जो स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही है, तो इग्नोर इट एंड फोकस ऑन माय वर्ड्स एंड द फीलिंग्स आई एम एक्सप्रेसिंग। हाँ, नेक्स्ट, अब थोड़ा
भावनाओं को
आगे
समझो,
चलते हैं।
वर्ड्स को नहीं।
या भावनाओं को समझो। ठीक है, अब वो एक और बात ये कहते हैं कि एक और बात कहते हैं, जो पॉलिटिक्स है ना, पॉलिटिक्स और जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है वो एकदम अलग अलग है, एक नहीं है भाई। जो मतलब वो कहते हैं जो पॉलिटिकल क्वेश्चंस है और जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव क्वेश्चंस है वो एकदम अलग अलग है, एक नहीं है ये दोनों। ठीक है, उसमें कैसे क्या 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 चीजें बोलते हैं भाई, देखो इनका काम तो क्या है, पॉलिसी बना देंगे, फॉर्मुलेशन ये करेंगे। और ये क्लर्क है यहाँ पे, ब्यूरोक्रेट वगैरह का काम क्या है, सिंपल इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, सिंपल सिंपल इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, ये फॉर्मुलेशन। और 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 क्या भाई, ये इलेक्शन से मेरिट के ये तो डिफरेंसेस हो जाते हैं, बट मेजरली यही उन्होंने कहा था। अब लेटर क्या हुआ, अब जैसे जैसे वो ग्रो करे ना, मतलब जब प्रेसिडेंट खुद बने तब उनको रियलाइज हुआ कि अरे ये तो गलती हो गई यार, हम तो बोल बोल के रह गए कि भाई कि अलग अलग है, पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पॉलिटिक्स अलग है और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन अलग है, बट नहीं नहीं नहीं, अब इनके जो व्यूज है, थॉट्स है, उसमें चेंजेस आना शुरू हो गए थे। लाइक अब इनके जो विजन वन रिवर्सल देखने को मिला हमें। रिवर्सल कैसा कैसा रिवर्सल, अब ये कहने लगे नहीं 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 भाई, सेपरेट नहीं है, ये दोनों तो एक ही साथ है, इंटरडिपेंडेंस है भाई, इनमें दोनों में एक ही है। ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता कि जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव डेवलपमेंट है वो विदाउट पॉलिटिकल वैक्यूम की हो ही नहीं सकता। कि ऐसा नहीं होगा कि भाई मतलब भाई चलो तुमने इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कर दिया या फिर कुछ कर दिया, रोल जब पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन होता है, आज भी हम पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन जब करते हैं तो मेजरली रोल क्या होता है, हमारे नेता लोग क्या जानते हैं, आपको भी पता है, मुझे भी पता है, क्या जानते हैं नेता लोग, कुछ नहीं। वो तो कुछ तो पता नहीं डिग्री कहाँ से ले आते हैं इतनी सारी, आई डोंट नो, बट क्या जानते हैं बैक एंड पे कौन काम कर रहा है ना एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। तो उन्होंने यही कहा कि भाई एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का रोल है, बट एक चीज और कही हमने, कही कि भाई ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि भाई ब्यूरोक्रेटिक एलाइट जो है वो जो अंडर जो ब्यूरोक्रेटिक एलिट है वो जो पॉलिटिकल कंट्रोल के अंदर नहीं है ना, वो नहीं होना चाहिए। वो क्यों नहीं होना चाहिए, अगर वो मतलब अगर अंडर कंट्रोल नहीं हुए तो एक्सप्लॉयटेशन हार्डेस्ट लेवल पे जो पॉसिबल हो सकता है ना वो होगा, बहुत एक्सप्लॉयटेशन होगा जो उम्मीद नहीं कर सकते। तो इसलिए वो कहते हैं भाई ब्यूरोक्रेटिक एलिट जो है, ब्यूरोक्रेटिक एलिट को एलिट है उन्हें अंडर होना चाहिए पॉलिटिकल कंट्रोल और डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्रोल, कुछ भी बोल लो, ठीक है, सिंपल। अब बात कर लेते हैं, देखो हमने पहला समझ लिया कि पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डायकोटमी की बात कर रहे थे वो, ठीक है। अब हम चलते हैं दूसरे पे, दूसरे पे क्या है, वो साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की बात। साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन बेसिकली है क्या, क्यों क्यों लगे हुए थे भाई साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, भाई क्यों क्यों माने भाई तुम्हारी बात। वो कह रहे थे देखो अगर ये साइंस हुई ना तो सब लोग बात मान लेंगे एक बार में। जैसे न्यूटन की बात कोई टाल नहीं सकता ना, जैसे लॉ यहाँ इंडिया हो, यूके हो, जर्मनी हो, कहीं भी हो भाई माना जाएगा उसका जो लॉ है, न्यूटन का जो लॉ है। बट इसीलिए ये भी चाह रहे थे कि अगर ये साइंस बन गया तो बल्ले बल्ले हो जानी, मजे आ जाना, क्या दिक्कत आएगी फिर यार, सब ऐसे मानेंगे और डिसिप्लिन को बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस भी मिल जाएगी। तो इसलिए वो लोग लगे थे इस पे, बन जाए साइंस, बन जाए साइंस। इसलिए इसलिए इसमें ये बोलते हैं कि भाई हम मतलब साइंटिफिक साइंस बनाना चाह रहे थे, इसलिए ये लोग इसमें लगे। अब वो कहते हैं एक बात और कहते हैं, वो मतलब एक डायलॉग सा मार देते हैं थोड़ा सा, जिससे स्टेटमेंट कह सकते हो तुम लोग। डायलॉग क्या था, देखो वो कहते हैं कि जो मतलब जो पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, जो पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ स्टडी ऑफ पॉलिटिक्स के जो फ्रूट्स है ना, जो स्टडी ऑफ पॉलिटिक्स नाम का जो पेड़ था, जो 2200 साल पुराना है भाई, 2200 साल पुराना, उसके जो फ्रूट्स है ना वो हमें आज मिल रहे हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। इन द फॉर्म ऑफ साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन हमें इसके फ्रूट्स मिल रहे हैं, किसके? पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, स्टडी ऑफ पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के हमें मिल रहे हैं। इसकी बात वो करते हैं, ठीक है। वो कहते हैं भाई कि मतलब कंक्लूजन ये देते हैं कि भाई अच्छे से गवर्नमेंट जो फंक्शन है अच्छे से कर पाए, गवर्नमेंट का मतलब पाथ अच्छे से डिसाइड हो जाए कि कैसे क्या चलना है। पहली बात तो पाथ ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट की बात करते हैं, सही हो जाए। मेक इट बिजनेस मोर बिजनेस लाइक, मतलब बिजनेस जो है गवर्नमेंट का, जो रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन और द वेलफेयर ऑफ द पीपल, वो बहुत अच्छे से कर पाए, इसकी बात करते हैं। और बात करते हैं कि अच्छे से डेवलपमेंट हो पाए, रिसोर्सेज का अच्छे से मैनेजमेंट हो पाए, ये सब वो लोग बात करते हैं सिंपल। साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में अगर इतना याद रहा बहुत है, थोड़ा बहुत किताब से पढ़ लेना, ठीक है, और तुम्हारा पेपर निकल जाएगा, टेंशन मत लो, ठीक। मैं बैठा तो हूँ यहाँ पे टाई लगा के बैठा हूँ आज तो, टेंशन नहीं लो, बिल्कुल टेंशन नहीं लेनी, मैं बैठा हूँ जब तक। अब बात करते हैं कंपैरेटिव पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की। कंपैरेटिव पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का
बाबा
क्या मतलब?
बाबा हेमंत जी।
लेट्स सी, कंपेरेटिव पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का क्या मतलब है। देखो कंपेयर का मतलब क्या होता है, सिंपल, कुछ ज्यादा दिमाग नहीं है भाई, कंपेयर करना है भाई दूसरों से। अब जैसे मैं हूँ और कोई सामने और है, उससे बस कंपेयर करना है। तो हाँ, एक चीज और बताना भूल गया मैं, पिछले वाले में याद भी नहीं दिलाते तुम लोग, हो या नहीं भी हो यहाँ पे, तुम लोग बताते भी नहीं हो यार, तुम ऐसे ही हो। देखो एक चीज और छूट गई है उसमें, थोड़ा तो दिमाग लगाओ। देखो, और वो कहते हैं कि यार जो साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, जो साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है वो डेवलप हुआ है कहाँ पे? यूरोपियन कंट्री। अरे यार ये क्यों डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है बीच में, पता है ना मैं क्लास ले रहा हूँ तो अभी। डेवलपमेंट हुआ ईयू में, ठीक है, यूरोपियन यूनियन। यूरोपियन यूनियन में क्यों हुआ? अगर टू बी मोर स्पेसिफिक वी कैन से फ्रांस एंड जर्मनी, ठीक है। फ्रांस एंड जर्मनी हम क्या, फ्रांस एंड जर्मनी में क्यों हुआ और क्या क्या रीजन था, काय के लिए वहां पे हो रहा है वहां पे? सबसे पहले वहां पे ही क्यों हुआ इसका रीजन जानना है, क्योंकि वहां पे थी मोनार्की। मोनार्की में क्या, राजा है, राजा का वचनीय शासन, लाइक देखा है ना बाहुबली में, मेरा वचनीय शासन, बस उसने बोला देखो भाई एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन साइंस है जी सर, साइंस है, जिंदाबाद साइंस, ओके साइंस मान लिया उन्होंने। बट अब अगर आ गए हम यूएसए में, यूएसए में क्या है भाई, यूएसए में बैठे हैं बहुत सारे चाचा लोग, जिनको है ओपिनियन, मतलब उनका पब्लिक ओपिनियन बहुत ज्यादा है, पब्लिक पॉपुलर सॉवरेनिटी है वहाँ पे, ठीक है। तो उनकी बात अगर नहीं मानी तो भाई सरकार से चले जाओगे, क्या फायदा, सरकार कोई छोड़ना नहीं चाहता। हमारे यहाँ ही देख लो, बिहार में कितने रुपया बांटे जा रहे हैं, कितने है भाई, 10-10 हजार ले लो भाई, रेवड़ी ले लो, वोट दे दो हमको प्लीज, फिर हम 10 का एकदम करोड़ों में निकालेंगे एक एक इंसान से, घपला करेंगे। अच्छा बस ऐसा लिखना नहीं है, हाँ ठीक है। अब यूएसए में क्यों हुआ भाई, यहाँ पे पॉपुलर सॉवरेनिटी थी। पॉपुलर सॉवरेनिटी का मतलब भाई पब्लिक ओपिनियन का मैटर दिया जाता था, मतलब पब्लिक ओपिनियन लिया जाता था, इसलिए यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, स्लो स्लो हुआ वो जो डेवलपमेंट है ना साइंस का, तो वो यहाँ पे स्लो हुआ, इसका कारण यही है, ठीक है। बस यही रह गया था पिछले में। अब कंपेरेटिव पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में क्या था, इसमें जानते हैं, ठीक है। एक सेकंड, मैं थोड़ा कलर चेंज कर दूं, सतरंगी लगेगा तो थोड़ा नहीं मजा आएगा। तो कंपेरेटिव पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में कुछ नहीं था, कंपेयर कर रहे थे हम, वो कहते हैं देखो अगर हम किसी से कंपेयर नहीं करेंगे ना भाई तो हमें अपनी शॉर्टकमिंग्स का पता ही नहीं चलेगा। बट कंपेयर शॉर्टकमिंग्स जो होते हैं ना वो उसका पता नहीं चलेगा हमें कि भाई क्या हमारी गलती है। आज थैंक यू सो मच गाइस, लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब प्लीज। शॉर्टकमिंग्स का हमें पता ही नहीं चलेगा भाई कभी कि भाई कैसा क्या करना है। अब भाई एक काम जैसे मान के चलो मैं एक आंसर लिख रहा हूँ, ठीक है। अब मुझे पता है भाई मेरे से अच्छा आंसर किसी ने लिखा ही नहीं, इतना अच्छा इतना प्यारा आंसर, वाह 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 वाह। बट जब मेरा चेक करा गया ना, मतलब मैंने चेक करा तब तो बहुत बढ़िया एक नंबर था, बट किसी और ने जब चेक करा ना तब आई दिक्कत। तब दिक्कत क्या आई, उसमें मुझे कितने मिले, 2 नंबर। 15 में से 2 नंबर मिले, 2 नंबर, कितना ही अच्छा लिखा होगा। वेरी गुड। तो इसका मुझे पता कैसे चला, कैसे पता चला, किसी और ने चेक करा, मैंने कंपेयर करा, मैंने कहा रखियो भाई अपनी कॉपी रखियो, मैंने कॉपी रखी है। फिर देखा अच्छा ये पॉइंट, अरे ये तो लिखा ही नहीं, अरे ये भी नहीं लिखा। फिर पता चला कि मुझे क्या गलती है। तो ऐसे उन्होंने बोला भाई कंपेयर करो दूसरे से, तब आपको पता चलेगा कि जो फॉरेन करते थे उनसे कंपेयर करो। बट लोग आके बोलते हैं भाई सुनो कंपेयर तो कर रहे हो, दूसरे की चीजें तो ले रहे हो, कहीं उसकी आइडियोलॉजी मत ले लेना, बहुत पछताओगे। नहीं तो अभी वहां पे मोनार्की है ना, अगर ठीक है उनसे ले रहे हो, अभी हमारे यहाँ मोनार्की आ गई तो ये पब्लिक ओपिनियन और पॉपुलर सोवर्निटी का क्या होगा, क्या अच्छा मतलब अगर ये चली गई तो मतलब तुम डिक्टेटर बनना चाह रहे हो, है डिक्टेटर बनाना चाह रहे हो। तो नहीं 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 नहीं, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा भाई। तो उन्होंने कहा ना ऐसा भी नहीं होगा भाई। वो एक स्टेटमेंट फिर से डायलॉग मारते हैं, बहुत अच्छा डायलॉग ये था कि अगर मैं किसी मर्डर को देख लूं, अगर चाकू सदर रहा है ना बढ़िया तरीके से चमका रहा है, तो अगर मैं उसे देख लूं तो मैं ये नहीं सीखूंगा उससे कि भाई कि मर्डर कैसे करना है ना, मैं ये सीखूंगा कि वो चाकू साफ कैसे कर रहा है। बढ़िया कभी काम पड़ जाए साफ करने का तो मतलब सीखना तो पड़ेगा ना। तो बस ये बोलते हैं। तो बोलते हैं हम आइडियोलॉजी नहीं लेंगे, वो टेक्निक ले लेंगे जिससे हमें काम पड़ेगा। ठीक है, सबको बना देता हूँ थोड़ा सा, मैं थोड़ा सा, ये तो बाला बन गया गाइस, सॉरी इग्नोर करना, कोई दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं, थोड़ा सा ड्राइंग खराब। ठीक है, तो हमने पढ़ी 3 चीजें, विजन में 3 चीजें थी। पहला था पब्लिक पब्लिक पॉलिटिक्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डायकोटमी, सेकंड था साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, थर्ड था क्या था, थर्ड कंपैरेटिव पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, जस्ट टोल नाउ। तो और एक चीज और याद रखना कि जो उनका रिवर्सल हुआ था ना जब वो प्रेसिडेंट बन गए थे, फिर वो बोलने लगे थे कि ना 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 ऐसा नहीं है भाई, इंटरडिपेंडेंस है। तो दैट्स इट आई थिंक, आई होप यू गाइस अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू। तो कुछ नहीं करना है, एक पेज निकाल लो और उस पे लिख के बता दो मुझे, ठीक है। इट्स अ जोक अपार्ट। Thank you so much guys. I hope this will help you in your preparation, and like follow subscribe जरूर कर देना, it gives me an inspiration to develop more videos like this bro. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you
यूट्यूब
friends.
चैनल प्रमोशन हो गया। बाय द वे गुड गोइंग हेमंत, गुड गोइंग, अच्छा लगा।
Thank you so much.
एकेडमी का नाम और लेना था हेमंत, खुद का नहीं लेना था, एकेडमी का नाम लेना था। लाइक सब्सक्राइब शेयर।
अनम्यूट करना पड़ता है बोलने के लिए, हेमंत अनम्यूट करना पड़ता है बोलने के लिए। क्या बोल रहे हो भाई, आवाज नहीं आ रही है भाई, वो तूने उससे बाहर कर दिया है खुद को। अच्छा अच्छा, सही जा रहा है। उमर जी नेक्स्ट योर टर्न, गेट प्रिपेयर्ड। हाँ बोल लो तुम पहले। कुछ कह रहे हो हेमंत, स्टार्ट करूं? ओके उमर जी गो
Hey,
अहेड।
yes. Uh, Good evening, all. My name is Umar, and today I'm going to talk about the evolution of the discipline. So let's begin. Mm, Is it visible my screen background?
Yes, yes, it is visible, Umar.
Okay. So let's begin. I will going to represent my topic on the evolution of the public administration, and we will talk about the history, how this subject has evolved, and how it has importance in the modern society. So if we talk about the public,
सॉरी टू डिस्टर्ब यू उमर, ये साइड में ये जो स्क्रीन शेयरिंग है ना, उसको जरा सा एक बार स्लाइड करोगे तो ये साइड हो जाएगा, कंप्लीट स्क्रीन आने लगेगी आपकी।
okay,
हाँ,
okay, wait.
नाउ गो।
नहीं, एक सेकंड. Now it's okay.
It's okay, go ahead.
Okay. So let's talk about the evolution part, about their history, how the subject has evolved. So administration as an activity has a old as old as civilization. We can see through from Asian contents like in Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Manusmriti. Even the Kautilya Arthashastra and many others. So, if we talk about the Western writing, we have seen in Aristotle, Socrates, and others, other important uh, political scientists. And let's begin with the first stage, that is public administration dichotomy. Uh, the wait, the public administration dichotomy has seen from 187 to 1926. The subject has the main theme of this evolution was the separation of politicals and administration. The Woodrow Wilson essay, The Study of Administration, in 1887, he mentioned that how politics and administration is different. So he defined that the politics and administration has different.
Everything all right, Umar जी? क्या हो गया उमर जी? उमर जी,
आई थिंक मेरी आवाज आ रही है क्या?
सबको आवाज आ रही थी आपकी।
वेट
Is it all right, Umar जी?
अनिकेत आवाज नहीं आ रही उमर जी की, क्या हुआ?
सर वो he stops due to some reason, सर वो कंटिन्यू करेंगे अभी।
वेट सर।
अच्छा और प्रेजेंट करते वक्त उमर की फोटो मतलब वो नहीं दिख रही, वीडियो नहीं दिख रही?
सर इनके पास एक ही डिवाइस है ना, एक डिवाइस से प्रेजेंट करेंगे तो या तो प्रेजेंटेशन दे पाएंगे या वीडियो दे पाएंगे, इसलिए हम स्टार्टिंग में इंट्रो ले रहे हैं।
ठीक है कंटिन्यू उमर, कंटिन्यू।
So I was talking about the first stage, that is public administration dichotomy. In Woodrow Wilson essay, The Study of Administration, He defined that administration and politics has different role, that the politics has been playing the role of administration, like lawmaking, formulation, policy implementation, and everything. And after that, in Woodrow Wilson is also known as the father of administration, public administration, and the Frank J. Goodnow is also known as the American father of public administration. And in his book, Politics and Administration, according to his book, politics has to deal with policy of the state, that is formulation, but administration has to deal with execution of the policies. So after that, the LD White, sir, I think मेरी PPT, wait. After that, the LD White published the Introduction to the Study of Administration, the first major book he wrote. And the second stage of the evolution is public science of administration or principle of administration. This evolution marked by discovering certain principle by applied in public administration. And the key thrust of this stage was efficiency and economy. The objective was uh, the objective was the politics and administration has to be continue in this stage also, but the public word got uh, faded in this stage, and the science was mm, uh, got more importance. And in this stage, the science, the public administration also got the university. And this was the period of World War II. And this stage um, has has said that the significance of this period was discovered and applied to increase efficiency and economy of the administration. The major works done by W.F. Willigo, Principle of Administration, Gulick and Orvik work on organization, that is POSCOV. POSCOV means planning, organization, staffing, directing, coordination, reporting, and budgeting. And in this stage, the public administration has reached its reputational zenith. Focus shifted from legal and constitutional, from stage one to scientific empirical approach. The third stage is era of challenges. This period has was the reaction to the differentiation of public administration dichotomy by the scholar in previous stage. They argued that administration cannot be separated from politics, because administration is not only involved in policy making but also uh, play a crucial role in policy formulation. And the human relations school uh, was uh, was given by Elton Mayo. The famous experiment by him, the Houghton experiment, demonstrated the powerful influence of social and psychology factors over plural mechanism management. And the behavior school, Herbert Simon rejected the dichotomy and the principle, and also advocated the decision making and bounded rationality as alternatives. Let's third the fourth stage is crisis of identity. In this stage, due to they were scholars from the previous uh, stages, they got rejection due to their uh, due to politics and administration separation. And some of them went back to their mother disciplinary, that is political science, but they were not entertained by their political scientists. And after that, there was a period of development, that new human relationship was developing there, and NPA was also developed there, and the focus on social and equity relevance. The fourth The fifth is public policy and perspective. The main theme of this was the stage was concerned for public policy and analysis, and the administration dichotomy is definitely rejected here. And the two core ideas was interpretation and politics and administration are intertwined at multiple level of policy making and implementation. Systematic analysis, emphasis on analytic and systematic feature of all administration. The outcome of the this stage was public administration find its unique identity as interdisciplinary and applied field focus on the entire policy process and its outcome. And the conclusion and the status of this policy focus is centered around public policy analysis, understanding and influencing the entire policy cycle. Integration, it function as an integrating discipline, drawing strengths from political science, organization theory, and economies. New public management, stressing efficiency, market-based mechanism, and performance measurement, focus on governance. And lastly, the public administration is pragmatic problem solving, field delegated to efficient and equitable execution of state will. And thank you.
Good going, Umarji, good going. That was good. Vikas? There, Vikas? No. Manju is also not there. Sneha, go ahead with NPA.
Yes, sir. Hope I'm audible and visible clearly, right? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, you are audible, Sneha. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank
First
you.
introduce yourself, then you can present.
Yeah. So I'm Sneha, based out of Chennai. So I'm currently working and I've completed my graduation in engineering. So I'll be taking you through new public administration topic from chapter 1. So I'll share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So the topic that I'm going to handle will be new public administration. So first we'll have to understand the historical and disciplinary context of this. So why there was a need of new public administration when there was already a public administration which was defined by Woodrow Wilson and other scholars. So we'll have to first understand that. So the old traditional public administration advocated for different things like politics and administration dichotomy, science of administration, principle of administration, era of challenges. So these were all advocated by the older traditional public administration. Then why did we have the need to have a new public administration? So if we see that after World War II, the field of public administration in the US and elsewhere, it was dominated by a managerial structural public administration paradigm. That is, the old public administration was more or less a hierarchical structure, which was emphasizing on rules and technical rationality. So in the 1960s, US was having a turbulent period in terms of civil rights movement, Vietnam War protest, urban unrest. So many scholars felt that public administration was not adequately responsive to the major societal problems. That is, the older public administration failed to solve all these problems that were in the society. So at the same time, newly independent countries, that is the third world, were dealing with developmental activities, poverty, nation building. So the old public administration model seemed to be inadequate there also, which means that theoretically and practically, the public administration is failing here. So all these criteria led the young scholars of public administration to call for a new orientation, which is nothing but new public administration. The focus of new public administration will be values, equity, relevance, and participation. So all these were the core values of new public administration. So this was on the historical part. So the major landmarks and conferences that led to new public administration was that in 1967 we had the Honey Report, which is a report for the higher education for public services by J.C. Honey. And in 1967 we had Philadelphia Conference on Theory and Practice of Public Administration, which was organized by American Academy of Political and Social Science. In 1968, we had the Minnowbrook Conference 1, which was held at Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs, Syracuse University. And 1971, we had two book publications, which is first one was towards new public administration, the Minnowbrook Perspective, which was edited by Frank Marini. And in the same year, we also had another book from Dwight Waldo, that is Public Administration in the Time of Turbulence. And we also had Minnowbrook Conference 2 and 3 in the 1988 and 2008. So these were all the major landmarks for new public administration. So if we are talking about the first landmark, that is the Honey Report in 1966. So if we see that John C. Honey of Syracuse University, what he did was he did an extensive study of public administration as an academic discipline. So initially public administration was considered as an art or a myth. So then this person, Honey, did an public administration as an academic discipline. He did this study and he identified 4 problems of the discipline. In his report that he published, there were 4 problems that were to be noted down. So the first problem was inadequate funds at the disposal of the disciplines. That is, to learn this as a discipline for students, faculty, and research, there were inadequate funds. The second problem was that uncertainty and confusion over the status of the discipline. So whether this discipline, whether it is a discipline or a subject or a science or a profession, so there was a lot of confusion in this. And the third problem was that institutional shortcoming. That is, to learn public administration as a discipline, we needed some department, correct, and the teachers to train us. So there were institutional shortcomings as well, and lack of communication between public administration scholars and practicing administrators. That is, there was a gap between the person who was teaching and the scholars of public administration. So these were the 4 problems identified in the Honey Report. So when we talk about the next landmark, that is Philadelphia Conference in 1967, it was organized by American Academy of Political and Social Sciences. So the core theme of this was theory and practice of public administration, scope, objectives, and methods. So this was the theory. So the basic agenda was to discuss about the findings of the Honey Report, which we discussed earlier. So the main points that need to be noted down here is that in the Philadelphia Conference, there were certain group of people advocating for some points, and there were some against it. So it was a conversation between different scholars. So people disagreed on what public administration really means. Some said it is only about political interest. Others said it is what government does. So there was 2 views in the Philadelphia Conference. So some people said that it is hard to define what all area public administration actually covers. That is, the scope of public administration was very much not clear. And then political administration dichotomy, which was proposed by Woodrow Wilson. So some said that politics and administration should be studied separately, and few others rejected these ideas of political administration dichotomy. So and next was focus on America. That is, some felt that American public administration should focus only on American systems, while some felt that it should be globalized. And in terms of bureaucracy, people felt that bureaucracy should be studied both by its structure, that is how it's built, and its function, that is what it does. And few others had different opinions. So separate training, that is public and private administration should not be taught together. They are quite different. That is, public means it is for the people. Private means they are all that is they are not client. They are all client oriented and profit will be only focused. So they had an opinion that separate training should be given for both these administration levels. And some felt that public administration should be have its own discipline rather than being a part of political science. So these were all discussions that happened in the Philadelphia conference. And the major part here is the Minnowbrook conference that led to the major revolutions in the political administration. So if you see, the first Minnowbrook conference was chairman was Dwight Waldo. And if you see the background, why this Minnowbrook conference happened, because in the 1960s, as I said, we had a period of social unrest, that is civil rights movement, Vietnam War, and a lot of inequality was there. And public administration was seen out of touch with these social problems. That is, public administration could not solve the societal problems. So it was not in touch with these social problems. It couldn't handle these problems. So this Minnowbrook conference was aimed to bring in young scholars and new ideas. So this gave birth to new public administration when young scholars came and gave their ideas. So the literature of new public administration emphasizes on 5 major themes, which is relevance, value, social equity, change-oriented, and one more is client focus. So put it into simple words, relevance was that public administration was only focused on efficiency, that is efficiency, economy, and effectiveness. It couldn't handle the real social issues. So it was not concerned about people's lives. So this was a major concern as relevance. In the relevance part, it ignored completely the contemporary issues in the society. And if we talk about values, rejected the value neutrality. That is, some administration said that administration must stand for values like justice, equity, ethics, which was not there in the older public administration. It was only focusing on the increasing the economy, efficiency, and effectiveness of the organization. So NPA talks about, as said by Fredrickson, NPA should be less generic and more public, meaning NPA should move away from a broad general statements and instead should focus on concrete actions. That is, it should have an impact on the public. And it should be less descriptive and more prescriptive. That is, NPA should not just only outline existing situation, that is what it is, but actively suggest solution, what it should be. It should also be able to suggest some activities for the future. And less institution oriented and more client oriented, which is it should prioritize the needs and concerns of the society, of the citizens. And next point is less neutral and more normative. NPA should stand on a which is considered good and desirable for the society, rather than just being very neutral on important issues alone. It should be able to solve every issues in the society. And the next point is social equity. That is, underprivileged section should have an advantage. So that was the main motive of NPA. And then change oriented. Since we know that the society is very dynamic, it keeps changing, we should be able to adapt to these changes. That is, public administration should not be very rigid and it should be able to adapt to these changes. Administration should become an active agent of social change. That is, they should be able to adapt to all these social changes. So that is what we mean by change oriented. And the next is client focus. That is, it should be citizen centered. In the administrative things, people should be involved in decision making of the public services. So that is what we mean by client focused. So the main, if we talk about the core message, administration must be human, people-centric, and responsive. It should focus on the people-centric and not only on generating economy, efficiency, and effectiveness. So that was about Minobrook Conference 1. And there were also some anti-goals of new public administration given by Robert Golombisky. So he said that 3 aspects of traditional public administration was specifically criticized. That is, he said that it is anti-positivist, anti-technical, anti-hierarchical. To be very precise, anti-positivist means it does not accept the definition of public administration as value free. That is, it has to make public administration should be more flexible, dynamic in the growing society. And anti-technical means that is, it should put some efforts in implementing the human aspect in the study of public administration, as I said, rather than only focusing on the economy efficiency part. Anti-hierarchical means hierarchical structure was very rigid, form of bureaucracy was very rigid. It should be flexible also. So that is what we mean by anti-hierarchical. And in the Minobrook Conference too, the chairman was George Fredrickson. Again, it was held in Syracuse University. So it was held after 2 decades of Minobrook 1. So the historical context before the Minobrook Conference too, what happened was it was an era of Reaganism and Thatcherism. That is nothing but rolling back of welfare state, which is that is what we say it as the role of state should reduce and the market role should increase. That is what we mean by rolling back of welfare state. It should focus on prioritization, cutting government spending, and reducing the role of state. So this led to a rise in LPG and birth of new public management. So these were all way forward for new public management. So the key points were that it included a broader participation, includes economists, policy analysts, and lawyers, not just political scholars. So similar themes, that is the similarity between Minobrook Conference 1 and 2 was that Minobrook Conference 1 also had some 5 core values, that is equity, client-oriented change. All these were core values of Minobrook Conference 1. So it was carried to Minobrook Conference 2 also. So this was the similarity between both the conferences. So the new focus area, then what was discussed in Minobrook Conference 2 was that use of technology in administration. That is, since the society was changing dynamically, growing importance of IT, knowledge management. So we have to adapt to the new technology and adapt them to the administration in how to do the governance. So, and the next focus area was leadership. That is, initially it was a bureaucratical form. It was very rigid. So we have to change it from a participatory form of leadership. That is, the superior subordinate relationships should be such that the decision making should be participatory. And personal reforms, that is the recruitment, training, and promotion evaluation systems, all these needed and personnel reforms. That is, it should be merit based rather than being nepotism or favoring. So that shouldn't be there. And learning from private sectors, that is emphasized on adopting best practices from private and voluntary sectors. That is, we have to learn from private sectors and implement that in the government sectors. And public administration dichotomy was supported, and need for modernization was recognized. That is, in the growing society, we had the need to efficient personnel system and technological upgrades. And public-private partnership, that is emergence of collaborative governance model. That is, government should only act as an enabler and facilitator. That is, it should not do all the works. Instead, it should only be the enabler. It should give the other responsibilities to the market. So that was about the public-private partnership. So that was about Minobrook Conference 2. And if we are talking about Minobrook Conference 3, it was held in 2008. Chairperson was Rosemary O'Leary. It was a period of global recession, terrorism, environmental issue. All these were prevalent in 2008 period. It was a global participation. 55 plus countries participated, and the focus was in global governance. That is, public administration was no longer confined with the nation state. It had to become global. That is, it had to include a lot of global perspectives, networking, and it should be collaborative. That is, consider all the how public administration is done in all the countries, and modernization of public administration, that is e-governance, digitalization, all this needs to be concerned. So this was the focus of Minnebrook Conference 3. So the key points, that is themes, was global issue, as I said, that is terrorism, technological revolution like e-governance, economy, environmental issue like climate change. So these were all the focus part. So here we had the introduction of 3 E's, that is economy, efficiency, and effectiveness. And it was held in two phases. Phase 1 was where scholars had to submit critic identifying key issues. A report had to be submitted. So the major themes were like ethics, globalization, IT, performance, measurement, and everything. And phase 2 was roundtable. That is, discussion was centered on 3 core values, that is comparative studies. Because of this LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization, uh, that is, it was in a situation where no system can be studied meaningfully in isolation. It had to be like comparative studies only. We had to include all aspects of the society. It couldn't be studied like one subject, one discipline. We couldn't study like that. And it was action oriented research, that is research and development part was also discussed, and methodological diversities. That is nothing but we will have many ways to solve a problem. We should think of many ways instead of just focusing on one way to solve a particular problem, because it was all a period of global recession, terrorism, and a lot of other issues, right? And then the emphasis, redefining of public administration as a socially embedded human-centered process. That is public administration should focus on human-centered process instead of just focusing on organization perspective. And the emphasis was on collaboration, global governance, and ethical responsibility. So this was about the Minnebrook Conference 3. So the criticism faced by NPA was that Robert T. Golenbisky said that revolution or radicalism in words and at best status quo in skills and technologies. That is, it means that it was only about talking and there was no practical change. So that is what Robert T. Golenbisky said. And NPA was criticized as anti-positivist, anti-theoretic, and anti-management. And according to Dunn, he's a scholar. So NPA has resulted in propagation of an illusion of paradigm shift. That is, NPA has only created an illusion of change rather than bringing a change in the reality. So that was said by Dunn. And NPA was criticized for promoting social equity, which is considered to be a domain of legislature and not executive. So these were the criticisms of NPA. And significance of NPA was that this new public administration broadened the scope of public administration, linked it with society and ethics. The societal part was highly concentrated. It promoted social equity, democracy, and participation. The focus shifted from rigid structures, that is, bureaucratic structure was rigid, to human-centered governance, and it had strengthened the idea of client orientation in administration. It was citizen-centric. So that is what we mean by that. And it has produced awareness of internal democracy through participation and decision making. The superior subordinate system were involved in the decision making, and gave public administration a new identity as both a science and social mission. So that was the objective of new public administration. Yeah, that was about new public administration. Thank you.
Thank you, Sneha. Thank you. That's what good.
Yeah. Thank you,
Next,
sir.
Aarti. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, is all of you. And first of all, I am thank you for giving this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Aarti Tomar. I am from Madhya Pradesh and district Gwalior. My current and I am introduce public administration. Subtopic is good governance. First, I'm sharing. My screen is visible.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Wait, 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 second. Wait, second. My topic is good governance. What do you mean by good governance? Good governance. Good governance means the concept given. Concept is a concept and applications. They have some challenges, crisis, new things coming, and for example, NPA, Public Administration Theory, and Good Governance, 1986 is campaigning entering in public administrations. Governance term is impose the alien concept, and impose means is a western philosophy. And government introduce public rule book and policies, compositions, approval and removal functions of the government, and that comes it after governance is an outcome of the action of government. And art and science are the two base in means of the management and a country resource manner promote social and economical development. What is the meaning art and science? Art means is refer to the leadership, decisions making, building trust to among the citizens, and science meaning is a systematic data planning, data analysis, institutions. For example, our India have a 5-year plan. So after that, world uh, definition given by the World Bank. World Bank in 1992 is report World Bank given by the definitions of good governance. That matter is which manner is which power exercise in the management in countries' economical and social resource and development. Resource and deployment. They have dependence theory governance, and they have WMF, IMF principles of the governance principles of the governance theory. Like, first is participation. People should be have able to voice their own idea, which means the people have a right to voice their against the government and allow to all the citizens influence policies, program program. For example, Lok Sabha and under the Raj Panchayat, people are allowed to participate in a direct government by the discussing development plans and etc. तो दूसरा आता है इफेक्टिव एंड इफिशिएंसी. If effectiveness is means the people have to all on desire and goals outcome going to these things outcome going to things. For example, government program reduce the poverty effectively. What is actually help uh,
थोड़ा
people
नजदीक करो आरती, माइक थोड़ा नजदीक करो, आवाज आपकी नहीं आ रही है। आरती, आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
okay,
माइक
okay,
थोड़ा
okay.
नजदीक करो।
Okay, okay. Poor people outcome poverty improve their conditions and the like issuing passport welfare benefits quickly with less wastage of the lower caste. Equity in equality, equity in exclusiveness. Exclusiveness means in involving all sections of society decisions making and development process to this field and exclude. For example, a women, indifferent, unable to people to local government and the authority people, policy making, and this other. Accountability is a means being answerable for a performance. Answerable performance. Government official, public servant, institutions, and answerable for the actions and decisions of people they serve. They serve. Transparency, freed media to access to information. Them they have free media to write anything and speak to anything which against and not against our government. Common Commonwealth nation country declarations promote and protect our value, universal access to education, sustainable development, protect environment, equity for development and social issues. Good governance in India, Right to Information Act, Right, Right to Information Act and e-governance, Digital India, Lokpal is known. Lokpal means is they have cleared the. Um, एक second, एक second. Lok, Lokpal means is they transparent the government who is corrupt and who is non-corrupt. Critics Criticism of the good governance, the fear of the dominations by the powerful people, and many claim the right in governance of a country, conflict between state and market, good governance versus and conflict between state and market and governance versus private and privatizations and accountability of a private player and challenges of corruptions and that as lack of transparency, political interference, weak institutional capacity, low participations. And thank you.
Thank you, Aarti ji. Next is
This
I
is
thought
my first presentation, so please
that
I'm
was
very
good. That was
hesitate.
good, Aarti. That was good. Next is Dina or Pratham.
Sir, it's me.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dina. I'm from Odisha. Uh, and I'm here to describe about or to brief about the new public management as far as my knowledge is concerned, that I'm going to introduce about the new public management, about the paradigm, about the features and the 10-point programs that promotes the government activities. So let's start. Uh, Here is my PPT.
अभी आपकी स्क्रीन विजिबल नहीं हुई है डाइना.
Yes, sir.
आपकी स्क्रीन विजिबल नहीं हुई है अभी.
अभी तक नहीं हुआ सर.
नहीं. हो गया.
Okay. Sir, is it visible?
Yes, new public management.
Okay. Now, what do you mean by new public management? It is nothing but the latest concept that arises public administration with the new rays of light. That we can say that it is something third path between the public administration and the new public administration and the private administration. Though there are many scholars who gave their opinion and description about the administration, the public administration, private administration, it arose with the new concept and the new ideas about the private administration and how. Mhm. And sorry, forgot to. Huh. And how it is the third way between the
Aarti,
public administration.
mute yourself. Aarti, please mute yourself.
Huh. And how it is the third way between the public and private administration, because it takes something from public administration and something from private administration. That is what and how from public administration, that is to what and how to deal with, to formulate policies with the concentrated situation that is running through the society, and how means it develops the technologies and methodologies that how it going to deal with that situation. And new public management, that as a term coined by Christopher Hood in 1991, with the publication of a new public management for all sessions. When it comes to the doctrine of new public management, it is based on the two doctrines or two aspects. That is the public choice theory and the new Taylorism. Then what is meant by public choice theory? Sorry. Public choice theory is nothing but advocates for the rollback of the state, that is to minimize the functionaries and the functions of the state and to promote individualism, make people to understand what is wrong and right for themselves, and to take rational decisions on their own choice that is available in the society by the private administration especially. And what is the new Taylorism? New Taylorism is nothing but the applied part of the scientific management in the public domain, that it increase the efficiency and effectiveness thoroughly. And here it is about the paradigms of new public management. By describing the paradigms of new public management, it describes how the government administration changes its policies towards the society and how it promotes the private companies and industries and to promote them. Okay, now first point is developing the authority and providing flexibility. Sorry, here is the word facility. Okay, flexibility. It will be flexibility. Developing authority. Here, the public administration develops the authority of the bureaucrats and to flexible its and provide flexibility with the policy formulation, so that people are able to choose what is for them and uh, what is good for them or not, and ensuring the better performance and control. It is all about the better performance of the government to promote the private administration and privatization in the state, and to make private players more accountable and control the sorry and control the market mechanisms. Developing the competition and choice. Yes, here uh, it will promote the competition among the service providers, so that they will increase in choice production or the production of the product that may increase the choices in the society, so that people can choose what is maximize their utility. Improving the management of human resources. Improving the management of human resources. Hereby, when the individual learn about the here the when the individuals learn about how to maximize their utility, they also came to know about how to well manage their resources and how to effectively manage them, optimizing the information and technology. Here it is advocates about the governmental actions, where the people can easily reach up to the public. No, here it is the people can reach up to the bureaucrats and the governmental machineries to get the access of the private industrialization in their products, improving the quality of the service. as I have said that it develops the competition among among the service providers. It also maximizes the quality of the service and the product for the citizens. Uh, Here are the 10 programs for promoting government functions or governmental functions. There is a competition between service provider, as I have already said about it, transforming the control from the hands of the bureaucracy to the hands of the community. Here, the power of to choose good or bad is transferring to the hands of the community. Not there, no power to control the community in the hands of the bureaucrats. Bureaucrats only can make the policies and give the easy access to the people. Measurement of the performance focusing on the outcome, on the sorry, not on the inputs. Here it is the government more result oriented rather than the input oriented. They more maximize the product's output so that people can acquire the more options as well. It is motivated by the goals, not by the rules and regulations. Rules and regulations that are going to formulate for the private players. It is not about the goal, it is about to promote the private players so that they can maximize their productivity and quality of the service. Define its client as customers and offers them choices. Now, what is difference between the client and customers? Here, here about the clients, it is the long-term relations where the client is have long-term relations with the service provider. They pay the price and they're the long-term mm, they're the long-term relationship between clients and the service provider. And about what is the customer, it is the transition and short-term relationship between the customer and the service provider. Like the people go to the market, choose the product they wanted for them, and they purchase and back to home. Like that. You can take example like that. So it's okay. It prevents the problem before they emerge rather than simply offering them solutions. It is like anticipatory in nature. Here, new public management wanted to solve the problems before they emerge into the society. As there is a statement, it says about prevention is better than cure. Energy towards earning money, not only spending it. They it also it also about the result oriented. It not only money is spending rather than the any outcome it gains. It also about the profit maximizer by the private players. Decentralizing the authority and promote participative management. Here the governmental power that is distributed or decentralized among the private players also, and promotes the participative management of the private players, and also as the customer people can also participate in that process. Market mechanism over bureaucratic mechanism. Here NPM is nothing but the advocate for the rolling back of the state. So it just minimize the bureaucratic mechanisms of controlling. Just they can support the market mechanism so that market mechanism can explore themselves better and can maximize the productivity with effectiveness within the society in the administrative domain or a state. It brings the public and private and the civil society together to solve the community problems. Sorry. It brings the public service, brings the public, private, and civil society together. Okay. Here the all the public players, private players, and the civil society as well, they come together and try to solve the community problems by themselves or by together so that they can easily erase out the situations or go through the situations. Features of new public management. It is the catalytic government. As I have already discussed, catalytic government here, it is the government that players and government and the private players comes together and solve the communal issues or issues in the community. The community-owned government. By community-owned government, it is nothing but the empowerment family. It empowers the family and communities to solve the problem by themselves only. And competitive government, here competitive government is nothing but the government that promotes competitiveness within the market mechanism. And by mission driven government, here is the government makes its policies with a proper aim and with the flexibility for both the public sector, the private sector, and the citizens as well. Result oriented. Though I have said that it is not only the spending of money, it is also the spending of money. It is also the driving of result. So it is the result oriented, not only the uh, output input oriented. Anticipatory, I have previously described that it is better to cure, so it is better to prevent than cure the problem. That we have to, sorry, the government have to guess the problem, and before the problems arises, the government have to uh, provide the solutions. Enterprising government. Enterprising government, it is nothing but the enterprising government. Sorry. Is a market-oriented government. Market-oriented government, it may be the here the main role played by the market mechanisms rather than the government mechanisms. Government is here only support to the market-oriented government, nothing else. Uh, Defining the attributes of uh, new public management. There are three main attributes under the new public management, that is the localization, externalization, and debureaucratization. That means devolution and decentralization of power or relocation of the power of the government within the market and the private players within the private players so that they can perform better and can make results better for the clients, for their clients. Externalization, contracting out the governmental functions to the non-governmental agencies. It is nothing but the governmental functions are give to the non-governmental agencies in the contractual based or with the policy formulation facilities. Here the debureaucratization. Here it is nothing but the downsizing of the bureaucratization, rollback of the state, as it is based on the public choice theory, where it advocates for the privatization rather than the government-oriented actions. So now it's come about the conclusion. It is nothing but the new public management is aggressively result oriented, not the input oriented, neither goal oriented. It is aggressively result oriented only. It seeks a clear definition of organizational and personal objective. That the what should the government organizational institutions can do for the citizens, and the personal objectives of the citizens are differ, and this difference of definitions should be clear for but for the betterment of the citizens as well as the state. It advocates for the downsizing the bureaucracy, and personal performance should be measured in terms of three E's, that is the effectiveness, efficiency, and economy. Here the performance of personal function or performance should be measured, how they can better produce, how they can effectively produce and efficiently deliver their output to the society and their citizens. Thank you.
थैंक यू डाइना जी। नाउ इट्स टर्न अप। मेरे को ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि जब और लोग प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहे तो हम कैमरा बंद करके क्यों बैठे हुए हैं, सिर्फ अपने टाइम कैमरा ऑन कर रहे हैं। मेरे को ये लॉजिक समझ में नहीं आ रही यार। जब इतना बंठन के आए हो, प्रिपेयर हुए हो, मतलब थोड़ा ऐसा लग रहा है कि यूपीएससी के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो, पहली बार लग रहा होगा वोट वेट डाल के, तो सब कैमरा वैमरा बंद करके बैठे हैं। ऐसे लग रहा है कि मतलब मैं ऐसे कोई पसंद आ जाए तो आज तो शादी करा ही देंगे, पकड़ा हुआ शादी हमारे यहाँ बिहार में होता है। मत करो यार, लेट्स गो प्रथम।
Am I audible?
यस यस, यू आर ऑडिबल। थोड़ा कैमरा दूर करो यार, लगना चाहिए पहने ओढ़े हो, ऐसा लग रहा है कि सिर्फ चेहरा दिख रहा है। चलो गो एड प्रथम।
So, hello everyone. My name is Pratham Srivastav, and I am from Uttar Pradesh, Lakhimpur Kheri. I have done my schooling from Ablon Public Senior Secondary School, Nighasan, and I have completed my undergraduation in Bachelor's of Art from Yuvraj Dutt Postgraduate College, Lakhimpur Kheri. And today I have got a chance to represent the topic of scientific management theory. So, let's start. So what we are going to study in scientific management theory. What we are going to study in scientific management theory is first of all we are going to look at the meaning and the definition, and second we are going to see its objective. Thirdly, we are going to see its evolution part. Then we are going for the principles. Then we are going for the techniques, and then we are going for the relevance. The principles and the techniques we are going to discuss are given by Taylor. So let's start. What is scientific management theory? So if we talk about the meaning of screen, लेट में विजिबल हो रही है क्या? first तो मैंने पहले कर दिया था।
विजिबल हो रही है तुम्हारी, यू आर गोइंग गुड प्रथम।
नहीं, बाद में चल रही है क्या? मैं क्योंकि मैंने रफ काफी पहले कर दिया, फिर मैं बोलने लगा था। हाँ,
कोई ना,
लेट चल
गो
रही है,
एड।
थोड़ी सी लेट चल रही है। ओके ओके। If we talk about the meaning of scientific management theory, so what is its meaning? The scientific, it is the scientific method it is the implementation of scientific method in the execution of work. If we go with an example like this, what is the scientific management? It means applying the scientific method to yes. If we talk about the what is the meaning, then scientific management means the applying the scientific method to the management problems. Like example, we can take an example like in cafe, a manager observe the making of burger by his staff and take the note of timing and for the each step involved in making of a burger. Like the manager then find the quickest way and the best way to make a burger and tell everyone to follow it. It is the scientific method for the execution of work. This will help in increasing the triple E, means the economic efficiency and efficiency of the cafe. Right? The definition of scientific management theory was it was the first theory of the organization which came to be formulated in the 20th century in the backdrop of the managerial ignorance in applying the scientific method of the execution of work. Like I have said earlier, it is evolved when the managerial ignorance was done and for the applying of scientific method for the execution of the work. So the meaning and I think the meaning and definition is clear. So let's move on the objective. What are the objectives of the scientific management? Is like this. The objective of scientific management theory is to find out the one best way to perform the job, to improve, secondly, to improve the efficiency, economy, and effectiveness of the organization, and third was to the quality control, cost cutting, reduction in the cost, and the optimum utilization of the resources, that is both human and the materials, right? And if we talk about the background of the SMT, how it evolved, it evolves after the industrial revolution. The factory faced issues like low productivity. After the industrial revolution came, the factories faced the issues like low productivity, work inefficiencies, manager didn't know the best way to perform, and the conflict between the workers and management has given the rise for the scientific management theory. And if we talk like the scientific management theory is the part of classical school of thought, right? It is not cost, but it is the classical school of thought which deal with Taylor, Theol, Gulick, and Urwin. So I am going to deal with the Taylor scientific management theory. Taylor was the father, was known as the father of scientific management theory, but he didn't coin the term scientific management. The term scientific management was coined by L.D. Brandeis in 19010. So Taylor said that scientific management this this- yes, F.W. Taylor had said, according to F.W. Taylor, scientific management rests upon the clearly formulated laws and principle with the universal applicability in all types of organization. This was the definition given by F.W. Taylor about the uh, scientific management theory. Like if we talk about Taylor, so Taylor was born in 1856 and he was died in 1915. He came from a middle class. His socio-economic background that he is from the middle class. He started working at the age of 17 to 18 in a steel plant, and after that from the junior level he has promoted till the level of general manager. And in 1901 he started his research and development in the scientific methods. The contribution of Taylor, we can say he has written some books like differential piece rate system and shop floor management, art of cutting metal, and principle of scientific management. And from these books he identifies two problems. The first one is he has identified the problem was incentive and initiative based management, and the second problem he identifies was soldiering. In this he has defined soldiering as in two ways, like as a natural and structural. So what is natural soldiering? Natural soldiering means the human behavior, the laziness of human behavior, like when someone asks us to do some work and we resist due to our laziness, that is called natural soldiering. And the structural soldiering means when forming a group, like the you have heard about union of laborers, when they resist with the management to increase their salaries, to take bonuses and the work environment. This is called structural soldiering. So these are the two problems. And then Taylor has given the four principles of scientific management. The first one was standardization of the work. It means the scientific method for the execution of work, means to work scientifically. And if we talk about then second principle was scientific selection and training of the workers. Scientific selection and training of the workers means right place, right person at the right place, right? Like if we take an example, if in a in a factory, if a person is good at packaging, and we have transfer him into like a production unit, and then so it will he cannot work to his efficiency, right? When so Taylor said in this principle that it is the duty of the management to provide training to the workers so that they can utilize their full potential. Like if that person was in packaging industries only, then management has provided him the training, then uh, he should can utilize his potential maximally, right? And the third principle was given by equal Taylor was equal division of work between the management and the workers. So what is equal division of work between the management and the workers? In this, Taylor said the work of the worker should be halfly taken by the management, like for planning, organizing, and the coordinating work should not be done by the workers. It should be done by the managers and or the management part, right? In the fourth principle, he talks about the collaboration between management and workers. In this, he gave in this called mental revolution. What is mental revolution? Mental revolution means when uh, before what happens, management thinks workers don't do work, and workers thinks managers don't do work. And in the mental revolution, it is like to solve the conflict between the management and the worker, and to to मतलब कह सकते हैं इसको एक तरीके से कि कंधे से कंधा मिला के काम करने के लिए टेलर ने कहा था। मेंटल रिवॉल्यूशन मीन्स कि मतलब एक दूसरे की खिंचाई करना बंद करो, तुम सोच रहे हो वो काम नहीं कर रहा है, वो सोच रहे हैं हम काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, इससे कोई फायदा नहीं हो, सब साथ में मिलकर काम करो तो हम काम एफिशिएंटली कर पाएंगे और हमारा ट्रिपल ई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का बढ़ेगा। वर्क फॉर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नॉट फॉर सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट। एंड टू implement this four principle, he has given 8 techniques. And what are those? See, these are the 8 techniques given by Taylor. First one is one best way to do the work. One best way to do the work is just like the scientific method for the execution of work, means uh, to identify the work problem and then defining, breaking down into smaller pieces and identifying the alternate solution to do the work, right? And what is the second principle that differential piece rate system tells, means setting up the targets. Like if we take an example, like if we take an example, see, yeah, if we take an example like in our industry, a person A is making 15 pieces, a person B is making 10 pieces, a person C is making 5 pieces, let's suppose. And the Taylor in this differential P rate system was saying that the industries or the organization should set the target, like the industry has set the target to make the pieces like 16 pieces a day. So if sorry, the low piece means if C make the low pieces, and like setting the demand, if 16 is the maximum and the minimum should be minimum should be 6. Like if the it is if C is making 5 less than the 6 pieces, then he should get the low price. Like he has set up like one price will get 15 rupees. So if C is making 5, then he should only get 50 price of 15 rupees. And if B is making more than 16, he's making 18, then he should be paid more. This is the concept of differential piece rate system. And coming back, like the third, the shop floor management. The shop floor management in this Taylor talk about the time and motion study. Uh, he studied the manufacturing uh, through a stopwatch, like the standard time for completing of any task by using a stopwatch. And in motion, he is to standardize the work method by the synchronizing of body movement via tool. Means he takes humans, or he see humans as a cog in the machines. Right. What is the fourth principle? The art of cutting metals. The art of cutting metals. He has taken the example, like earlier. What happens if someone wants to cut out a circle
प्रथम
from a
बैकग्राउंड में आवाज आ रही है, प्रथम बैकग्राउंड में आवाज आ रही है, कंटिन्यू।
एक सेकंड, एक सेकंड। Just wait, just yes. Now it is okay.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Yes. What, like art of cutting metals? Like we take an example before. What happened when we use the primitive tools, like what we can say, मतलब अगर हिंदी में कहा जाए तो चाकू या आरी या किसी भी चीज से अगर हम मेटल शीट काटते थे, पहले एक कैंची होती है बड़ी सी, जिससे मेटल शीट काटते थे। तो अगर हमें कहा जाता था कि एक सर्कल काटो उसमें से, तो हम लोग 20 से ही उसे काट देते थे, तो जो बाकी की शीट जो ये है, ये वेस्ट हो जाती थी। सो व्हाट टेलर इज ट्राइंग टू से इन आर्ट ऑफ कटिंग मेटल्स, तो ही सेड, so why do you need to cut it from the center? You can cut it from the corner side, so that the rest of the sheet can be utilized for cutting a triangle, a rectangular, a square. Means in this principle, he in this technique, he just want to say to reduction of the wastages. Like he has given gas cutters example. We can use gas cutter instead of that primitive tools. Like in the fifth, then the fifth principle is principle of soldiering. In this principle of soldiering, he has again given about talks about the natural and the structural, which I have told you earlier. And this in this, he told the management to must work for the elimination of the phenomena of soldiering, means for collective group bargaining, we can say, for by proper planning and the execution of the work. And then the sixth principle is exceptional principle. In this, Taylor had said uh, to industry to make to set an target exceptionally high, that no worker should achieve it. Like like in this differential piece rate system, he had set the target, and in this exceptional principle, he had asked the organization to set a target exceptionally high, so that no worker should achieve it. uh, no so this what will happen by this, matlab with this, the company didn't have to give the rewards to the workers, so they can cut the cost of their making, right? And in the seventh principle, the functional foremanship, he has talked about for the specialization and separation of planning from execution. In this, he had said there should be one worker and 8 supervisor on him. Four will do the planning and four will do the execution. He has named them also from the planning. They should route clerk, instruction clerk, time and cost clerk, shop disciplinary, and from the execution, boss gang, repair boss, speed boss, and spectre. And then from the mental revolution, mental revolution is nothing but to avoid the conflict between the management and the worker. It advocates that the both side should stop pulling each other, and instead of pulling each other, they should push their shoulder to shoulder and to achieve the objective of the organization, that is to increase the efficiency, economy and effectiveness of the organization, right? And if we talk about what are the criticism of the tailor, or what is firstly the advantages of the advantages of the scientific management is like that only ki it replaces the rule of thumb. What is rule of thumb? Rule of thumb is a, you can say, a normative thing. It is like a convention when like if we take the example like Indian fathers, when they have to go somewhere by a train, they will always go earlier, 30 minutes earlier. This is not an rule, this is just an convention की ट्रेन निकल जाएगी, हम पहुंच नहीं पाएंगे, लेकिन ऐसा होता नहीं है। होता यही है कि ट्रेन हमेशा 2-3 घंटे लेट आती है, लेकिन उनको बोल के कुछ फायदा नहीं। दिस इज जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ रूल ऑफ थंब, right? So rule of thumb, it is to replace the rule of thumb and to implement the scientific methods for the execution of each work, and it is for the training and the scientific training and selection of the staff, as I have told you earlier. Equal division of work, incentives should be more for the workers, and the profit should be maximized for the organization. These are some, you can say, advantages of scientific management. And if we talk about the criticism of scientific management theory or Taylor, so we can say it focuses only on the organization and neglect the human aspect. Taylor sorry, Taylor oversimplifies the human motivation. He only said about the economic motivation, like the carrot and stick theory, which was given by Taylor. Carrot means if you have done the work, you have achieved the target, then you should be rewarded. And stick means if you haven't achieved the target or you lagged in completing it, you should be punished, right? Your मतलब वही है ना कि हम लोग असाइनमेंट कर लेते हैं तो सब तारीफ होती है कि बहुत अच्छा किया, नहीं करते हैं तो फिर पता ही है सेशन में सबकी क्लास लगती है। बस इट इज लाइक कैरेट एंड स्टिक। and and the and we can say Taylor 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 sees human as a cogs in the machine. He said means he thinks human has no feelings, and they didn't have any feelings, right? मतलब ना उनका हाथ दर्द हो सकता है, ना पैर दर्द हो सकता है। अगर उसने कहा है काम करना है तो करना है, कैसे करोगे वो तुम्हारी हेडेक है, हमारी हेडेक नहीं है। करना है तो करना है, कैसे करना है उसका कोई आइडिया नहीं है, ठीक है। अदर क्रिटिसिज्म वाज दैट अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट वाज इंक्रीजिंग ड्यू टू दिस। मतलब टेलर का ये था कि अगर तुम आए, तुमने काम किया तो ठीक है, नहीं भाग जाओ यहाँ से, कोई जरूरत नहीं तुम्हारी। दिस इज इंक्रीजिंग द अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट एट दैट
ये
टाइम।
टेलर का थॉट कम, तुम्हारा थॉट ज्यादा लग रहा है, अंदर से आ रहा है।
And there was no scope for innovations, and the trade unions has criticized Taylor because of his mental revolution. Taylor talks about mental revolution, like if the conflict between the managers and the worker has been resolved, then what is the work of trade union? To do the collective bargaining with the management. And so these are the criticism of the scientific management theory. Thank you guys.
वेल डन
Hope
प्रथम जी, वेल डन।
ये थोड़ा सा ना ये चलता नहीं है ना सही से, तो इस चक्कर में लिखो कुछ, बोलो कुछ, स्क्रीन आगे पीछे हो रही है।
कोई ना कोई ना। बी
हाँ
रेडी
मेरे
गाइस, लेट्स टेक अ, क्या कह रहे हो प्रथम?
मेरे से स्क्रीन बंद नहीं होगी, कोई भी लोग एक बार अपनी स्क्रीन शेयर करो ना तो मेरी बंद हो जाएगी अपने आप।
अभी तो एक कोई रह गया है ना, लाइक मंजू इज
नहीं नहीं,
लेफ्ट ना।
मंजू विल नॉट परफॉर्म।
ओके ओके ओके।
हाउ वाज द एक्सपीरियंस गाइस, कैसा लगा?
It was nice.
आपने तो रवि सर को एकदम से कॉपी ही कर दिया सर। नहीं,
आई डोंट नो, वो फ्लो में वही चला गया थोड़ा सा, तो वो सीखा ही उनसे है तो फिर थोड़ा तो आएगा ना इम्प्रेशन में।
मेरा तो स्क्रीन आगे पीछे होने के चक्कर में मेरे को लाइन जो थी वो भी आगे पीछे हो गई, इसलिए फंबल बहुत हो गया।
बट ना तुम्हें लग रहा था आगे पीछे हो रहा है, बट कुछ आगे पीछे हो नहीं रहा था।
नहीं, मैंने यहाँ से स्क्रीन शेयर की थी ना, फिर जब मैं लिख रहा था तो लिख मैं जल्दी रहा था, मेरी स्क्रीन में वो देर से दिख रहा था, तो मुझे लगा सबको देर से दिख रहा होगा, इस चक्कर में मेरी लाइन आगे पीछे हो गई सब।
अरे इम्प्रूवमेंट होगा अगली बार, ये किया ना, अगली बार इसका 5x होगा और 2x होगा, 3x
इसीलिए
होगा,
बाद में
10x
मैंने तो
होगा।
पीपीटी यूज ही नहीं करी, फिर पूरा लिख के